what is up? It's your girl Cynthia here for another video. Yesterday I had registrations for school, so I'm gonna be talking to you guys about how registrations went, what I did. I'm the type of person that when I get excited or interested or curious about something, I always look on YouTube and watch videos of other people doing it. I don't know why. I'd like to enjoy them myself, but I just like hearing other people's experiences and kind of like knowing what to expect for myself. I don't see many videos of these, especially for FIDM, because FIDM is a very smaller school, but I want to kind of talk to you guys about it just so you guys can decide whether or not you guys want to go or anything. So I will be doing a lot of more videos, especially when I start school. I will be doing one for orientation as well. Orientation is on the 1st of October. Today is the 20th of September, so we're almost there. So I can't wait for that. But I'm just going to talk to you about registration. I went to registration yesterday, which was the 19th. There's a whole bunch of different dates for registrations, but I went last minute because I did everything last minute, unfortunately. So I do live in San Diego, and my first year will be here in San Diego, and my second year will be in LA. So let me just start you off with my day. I live an hour and like 20 minutes away from my school, from the city, from pretty much everything. So I did have to wake up super early. Registrations were at 9:30, so we had to be there at 9:30 or a little bit earlier. I like to be anywhere super early, so y'all's best know that I was there super early. I woke up at like 6 a.m., took a shower, got my face ready, got dressed. I also had to remember that I still had work yesterday. I didn't go to work until 6 to 10. I had time to come back home for like 4 hours and then go back to work. So I left here around 7:30, maybe a little bit earlier. And then I drove down there. I like to be early because I can never find parking, and I wanted to find parking right in front. I circled around and I finally found parking, which was really nice. The San Diego campus isn't like a college campus. It's literally a floor in a big building right next to Petco Park. Literally right next to it. Like you can see the inside the baseball field from our floor. The San Diego campus is definitely a lot smaller than probably the LA one. I signed in and then they told me I could take a seat. There was 2 other people there, 2 guys when I got there. A few more people started showing up, a few other girls with their parents. And then this one girl sat down next to me, and I obviously said hi and I introduced myself and we started talking, and then this other girl sat down next to us. We kind of started talking and we exchanged Instagram, so that was really cool because I'm trying to make friends because I'm real nervous, and they're all going to San Diego campus as well. And then me and 2 other people were called up first. We were supposed to take our English placement tests to see where we would get placed in the English class. So there's 2. There's either writing skills, which is a prerequisite class, which is if you didn't pass the test, you'd get placed in writing skills, or English comp, which is the higher of the 2. So I love English. It's one of my favorite actual classes. Like, when you get asked what's your favorite class, most people say PE or art. Like, if those weren't the options, mine really was English. I loved English. I really, really wanted to do good in this test, and I haven't taken a test in forever, in 2 years. It was really, really nerve-wracking, but I was looking over it, and it was pretty easy. Like, they were just like, choose the answer, like that underlined sentence that were wrong, or like it was grammar and punctuation, things like that. It seemed pretty easy, and I went to go turn mine in. I was like one of the first people done. I went to go turn mine in, and the lady looked it over really quickly, like not the main lady that checks it over, but someone just looked it over, and she's like, do you want to go back and just recheck, because there's a very few amount that are no errors. And I know I did so many no errors because there were some that I really legit did not think that anything was wrong with the sentence, but I guess there was more that were wrong. So I went back and double checked, and I did fix some of them, which for me, I still felt like they were right in the beginning, but I changed them anyways. And I went back and turned it in, and then Jamie, which she's my counselor, my admissions advisor, and she checked everyone's test over. She called me in after she checked mine over, and she said that I'm gonna get placed in English comp, which is the higher of the two. So I was so grateful to be placed in English comp, and I was so grateful for that lady to tell me to go back and fix some of my errors. I'm glad we didn't have to take a math like test, because that I would have for sure failed. There was this like big table that we all sat down on, and I sat down to this other girl that I met. We were kind of looking at which classes we'd have together, things like that. So in that table we were picking our classes, we were looking over, since we are on the San Diego campus, it's very minimal on what classes are available or what times they're available. So pretty much my classes were already set. I just had to like find them and like place them in the right area. So they gave us this sheet, which here's where we wrote our classes down. And they also gave us this sheet, which we had to look over, and these are all classes depending on what major you're taking, depending on what you're gonna do. These are all classes to your course and stuff like that. Since I'm doing beauty merchandising marketing, I already had kind of like a specific thing for mine that were already done. So this tells me what classes I take my first quarter, my second quarter, and my third quarter. My first quarter, since I didn't have to take my prerequisite writing skills, they crossed that out for me, so I just had to find these classes here. So I had to find them on this yellow sheet and mark them down depending on what times there were and things like that. I'm just gonna read you guys what my classes are for the first quarter. I have classes Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, which is pretty cool because they're all in a line. So for Monday, which is probably gonna be my worst day because I hate math, I have college math at 12. So with FIDM, it's a little bit, I don't know how other colleges do it, but I do know that our classes are very, 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 very long. Our classes literally are like 3 hours from 12 to 2:45. And then on Tuesday, I have my first class starts at 8:30 to 11:15, which is super, super early. And I have that class is Concepts of Trend Forecasting, which sounds pretty cool. And then I have 3 classes on Tuesday. So my second class for that day is Marketing and Brand Development, which is at 12 to 2:45. And then after that is Color and Design Theory at 3:30 to 6:15. So I'm gonna be in San Diego like all day that day, so yeah. And then Wednesday I have English Comp, which is at 3:30 to 6:15. So I'm gonna be really jam-packed and my life is gonna suck. Kidding, no. I'm actually really excited. After we were done choosing our classes, the financial aid, she took us to the financial aid like office, and I was sitting there for a while, and then I got called and I started talking to the guy for financial aid and everything. So this was just kind of like my overview of like my FAFSA, my loans. I did get approved for a parent loan because if I didn't get approved for a parent loan, I would be broke. I'm paying, just letting you guys know, I'm paying for all of my college. Obviously my mom did apply for the parent loan because we can't pay $2,000 a month. Like, that's crazy. My mom did apply for the parent loan, but literally all my paycheck is going to her for college. So I'm paying for everything. Just so you guys, my major is $34,000, which is actually one of the cheaper majors in the college. So it's really expensive. I took a year off of school because I was stressing and I didn't want to pay all this money for something that I wasn't passionate about. I didn't want to go to just community college and take general ed classes because like I wanted to go to school knowing what I wanted to do or have an idea. And I know since I started freshman year that I've always wanted to do something in the beauty world. And my thoughts have changed a lot. Like, I used to want to be a makeup artist. That was my biggest thing. I wanted to go to cosmetology school, learn makeup, make good money doing that. When I started working at Sephora, I started to see how my manager worked, and Kelly, which comes in and does training for us to get gratis every month. And I was so interested in what she's doing. And then I watched all these influencers go to events that brands throw for them, and I always wondered like how it would be to work for that brand and throw those events for the influencers. Like, that's a dream of mine. Obviously I love YouTube and I would love to become an influencer one day, but like if that doesn't happen, to actually work behind the scenes, work in thinking of ideas for products, thinking of ideas for clients, throwing those influencers parties, traveling, that's something that I just find so fascinating, and that's something that I hope to do with this career. And I'm finally getting over my fears of going to college, getting over my fears of doing things on my own. And just going to registrations on my own was really a big step for me. It was scary and I was so anxious, but I did it. Yeah, so anyways, that's pretty much all that happened for registration. After my classes were logged in, they said I could go, and yeah, I left right after that. I got done like at 11, like it wasn't that long. It was like maybe 2 hours or an hour and a half, and I got done at 11. I will do another video after orientation. And I'll start vlogging, so I'll definitely be taking my camera out since I'll be in San Diego like all the time, so I'm really excited. So anyways, if you guys have any questions about FIDM, any comments or concerns or anything like that, please comment down below. Like, I'd love to answer your questions. I'd love to let you guys know what's going on, so don't be afraid to do that. Like and subscribe to become a Bellissima today, because I would love you guys to be part of the fam. So anyways, beautiful Bellissimas, have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time.